And I stand here today, grateful for the diversity of my heritage, aware that my parents' dreams live on in my two precious daughters. I stand here knowing that my story is part of the larger American story, that I owe a debt to all of those who came before me, and that in no other country on earth is my story even possible.
Welcome back to Harvard. By now, America knows Barack Obama was born to a white mother from Kansas, a black father from Kenya, but the improbable presidential background of a childhood in Hawaii and Indonesia is chronicled in a terrific new biography called Barack Obama, The Story. The great author David Maraniss traveled to Kansas, Kenya, Indonesia, and Hawaii to delve into the president's personal history from before his birth until he set off for Harvard Law School. He's with me today to share what he learned. Welcome. So much of this is wonderful. I mean, he wins the Harvard Law editorship in a blind thing. He wasn't picked because he was black or anything. He clearly was born in this country. He had a black father and a white mother. How did that affect him, in the man who's today, that he came from a mixed background?
I think that his biracial nature explains everything about him, including his personality in the White House. And that speech that we showed is what made him famous. But he was thinking that way long before that. There's a letter he wrote when he was 21 years old in my book, talking about how all of his friends were finding different niches, and the only one that he could feel good about himself was if he embraced it all. And that's what he tries to do, in just naturally.
Is he like the kid who wants his parents to get together, and there's parents being white American, black American, he wants them to come together? And I'm dead serious about this. Is he emotionally connected to that cause of unity?
It is the cause that got him into politics in some sense, and which got him into the White House. But it's he reached the White House because of that, and then he had to deal with the sort of transactional politics of today. So it didn't necessarily serve him that well.
His hopefulness about unity, has it been misplaced in this terrible time we live in, which Mitch McConnell says my number one goal as Senate Republican leader is to destroy this guy's presidency?
In some ways, it has been misplaced, and it's created most of the problems of his presidency. The other aspect of it is that he is so deliberative and cautious that it feeds into that problem.
Okay, predict history. You've got a great book. I think everybody should read it. Your book on Bill Clinton, First in His Class, was the best book ever written about Bill Clinton by any stretch. Between now and November, from all that you know about Barack Obama, can you forecast how he's going to deal with what looks to be a very dangerous campaign for re-election at this point? Dangerous politically.
Well, two things that I learned from studying him. One is that he's got enormous willpower. It's under the surface, but it's there as strong as Clinton's. And the second is he actually learns from his mistakes. So if you put those two together, I would suspect that you'll see a much better campaign in these next 3 months.
Why does he hang in such a small circle of people? Valerie, David, they're all smart, but he doesn't seem to ever want to enlarge his group. He doesn't make Confederates out of senators and cabinet members. He's more of a soloist, it seems to me, than a maestro.
Compared to Bill Clinton, he's the ultimate soloist. So Clinton needed everybody. He needed people so much. Obama doesn't. And he tends to play it alone. It's not that he doesn't like people. As he once said of Hillary, he's likable enough. I mean, he doesn't mind being around people, but he doesn't need them.
So he just deserves to get a good book.
Often politicians use their flaws as their biggest assets. And, they need people. Clinton was almost neurotic about it.
How does he do it between now and Election Day? Use his asset. You said persistence. Will he try to develop new methods if he sees himself losing on Labor Day? Will he do something dramatic?
I don't think. Well, he's probably preparing for something dramatic already. I don't know what it is, but that's his tendency. Seem to be holding back, and then boom, something happens.
That's what he did with Senator Clinton when he was running against her. We keep yelling, get your act together, and then 20 points back.
Right.
Well, maybe that's a precursor of what's going to happen this election. Maybe it's not. David Maraniss, this is a book. I know how much work you did on this. How many years writing this?
4 years.
How much travel everywhere?
50,000 miles. But, it's what I love to do.
You get into the heart of people, into their guts. And thank God you were right. Donald Trump's not right. You're right.
About the birther issue. Yeah. There's no doubt about that one.
Yeah, he's up to. Anyway, thank you very much, David Maraniss. The book's called Barack Obama, The Story.